Welcome back to another video. What's good, guys? I got a special one today. I've been waiting on this. If you saw my post, you know I've been waiting on this. If you don't know me, I do martial arts content, combative content, street fight analysis, just real world shit. I'm also super country, so kind of got like a redneck samurai thing going on, if you can't tell by the beard and the katana. But yeah, let's look at today's video. We're excited. Just got this yesterday. Not my first one, but maybe my first good one. This is a Karambit curved blade here. It was not a super expensive one. If you know me, you know I don't really believe in spending a lot of money on functional tools that you would use in a real life situation, because you want to be able to just toss it and be done with it. We're going to be comparing it to, just to kind of give you an idea if you've never had any experience with these things, the knife that I carry right now every day. Now, I've done videos on this before. This is the Gerber Pledge. I like it because of the shape here, the sharpness. It's very nice. It's a good knife. But this is now going to be an everyday carry for me. This is not a beginner weapon or beginner tool. I'm going to tell you that right off the bat. So as we go through my video, as I go through what I think of this is not a beginner tool. So with that being said, let's jump right into what I'm thinking about it right now. Being as curved as it is, there are many martial artists who have a problem with it, and they would be in the right. And the problem is the lack of reach that this thing has, especially a small one. But it also turns into a benefit if you really know what you're doing. So what we're looking at right now is a very specialized tool. So I'm going to show you exactly how I was taught its origins were, and exactly how you would have used it back in the day when this tool first came around. So here's my Karambit. You see exactly the curved blade here. We're getting right into the analytics of it. Here we go. Nice small weapon, which is exactly how I believe that it was designed originally. You won't find this on the internet, but what I was told in my experience was that it was actually designed from tiger's claw, and way before that, a velociraptor claw. So animal claws, animal horns, stuff like that. Many people hold this in the reverse grip, like this. So I'm just going to show you where this grip came from. And believe it or not, it was not to do hooking motions. It was actually to poison people. This is a ninja weapon, an assassin's weapon. This is not a combative, you're in a knife fight, you're doing this, that, and the third weapon. This is a one, done, gone weapon. And it was not, this weapon was not what killed you. I'm gonna teach you exactly about it right now. So back in the day, what happened was you would get poison frog venom, poison dart frog venom, dip this in the poison, and as we're walking by our target right here, the knife comes out, cut and back, cut and back. As you walk through the crowd, knife comes out, cut and back. It's hidden, and it makes that very small cut right there. Cut back, cut back, and it makes an extremely small cut, extremely small slice, right? Or even just as you walk by, a nick. Nothing crazy, just enough. 2-3 days later, after that cut's made, you're gonna get sick, die, and you never know who the killer was. So this is more of an assassin's weapon, a very quick assassin's weapon, meant to be out and all around. So yeah, it's meant to be It is turned into kind of a tricky, flashy, showy weapon. But that's not how it was originally meant. It was originally meant to never be seen, to be completely hidden, out, cut, gone, or cut, gone. Person would die later. So yeah. And also, as I'm making my video, let me just clarify that I don't think that this could never be used in combat. I just think that the way that I was taught is way smarter of a use of it than I'm sitting here, all the stuff, movie stuff, this, that, and the third. Because look at the reach on this thing, right? If somebody's got a way longer knife than me, I'm getting cut first, and it sucks. So I would choose a different weapon: sword, spear, staff, anything, bow and arrow, gun, rather than this back in the day. So this is more of a silent weapon. I'm here, cut, gone. Now, if you're sneaking up on somebody, if you have a target, you're sneaking up on them, this is the weapon. But just because of the size of this thing, it's really going to limit your ability if somebody already knows you have it, which is what we're going to talk about next, which is the obvious benefits of the self-defense of this thing. So, obvious benefits of self-defense of this include scenarios where you're the one being jumped, you don't know what's coming, and you need to turn the level of aggression you're presenting back to them. You could be walking down the street, something happens, anything happens, boom, here it is, you're ready to go. Turn that level of aggression back to them. Key thought here is that this needs to be done, if you're going to use this as a tool, responsibly, meaning you're not just stabbing somebody because they jump scared you, but also you need to do it fast enough and efficient enough that you're in and out before that they really know, oh, he has a knife, because then they pull theirs, they pull their gun, they escalate even more. So you need to bring the aggression to them and then leave. And that's the beauty of this tool, that is also the beautiful thing, but is so hard to learn and convey. So now, just to kind of nail things down, I just want to show you the range of this thing. So let's see, we'll do it over here, a bit of contrast. Okay, so this is the regular knife here, the Karambit. This is the reach difference in the Karambit versus the Gerber Pledge. And this isn't even a big knife. This is not a Bowie knife. This is a regular pocket knife, right? But think about trying to reach and cut somebody with that versus trying to reach and cut somebody with this. So that's going to be an obvious disadvantage of this Karambit here. So yeah, on top of that, you have knives that are obviously quite large, like this one. I mean, enough said there, the range. I mean, look at the range of the blade, you know. So you look at fighting this versus this, or even this versus this, you're at a huge disadvantage if they know this is the weapon of choice you're bringing. Now, even more so, which is why these are here, the range of these, as far as melee weapons. Now guys, like I said, I'm not talking about guns, I'm not talking about anything else crazy, projectile, bow and arrow, none of that stuff. I'm talking about melee weapons here, just this, non-projectile weapons. Look at the range difference, and that's going to be one of the biggest things tying this back into the combat system that I'm talking about, is the range. Like, look at the range of this with this. So even if you are super skilled, you know all the angles, I taught in the last video, you know all the stuff with this, any of these, but especially this one, since this is what we're talking about, going up against somebody with this, I mean, the level of range and attacks and distance you can keep from somebody, and trying to get in on somebody with this is going to be extremely difficult. So the element of surprise needs to be a very big thing if this is going to be the primary weapon. Now, obviously, this isn't seen much anymore, but think about the range. here, right? So that's kind of what I'm getting at. That's kind of what I'm looking at. But this is the advantages and disadvantages, especially as you look at the combat system that I'm building and the ideas behind the combat. I mean, that is, you know, monumental towards combat. The range usually always is the best thing you can do. Even if you are more experienced, more stylized, better, yada, 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 more experience, more years, whatever. The range distance usually makes up a difference in the fight. Same thing as real life. You know, you see the difference because this range keeping ability to go in and out without being damaged yourself is a huge determiner, or whatever the word is, determiner in who wins fights. So I haven't even got to projectiles yet. This is just basics. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys why I like the forehand grip better than this grip, even though you're going to see a lot of this. If you search it up, just like I did on TikTok to get ready for this video, prepare for it. If you search up Karambit, you're going to see a whole lot of guys doing this shit right here. This stuff, you know, swing out, get them, come back, this stuff. Hook, swing. I'm not a big fan of that. I think it's too easy to fall in a fight. I think it's too easy to fall on your own weapon, get pushed on your own weapon, get hit from the back on your own weapon. I like this. If I want to punch you or hook you, then I'll just simply rotate my hand, hook, punch, and it allows for the spear to be straight in without me having to worry about it bouncing back or hurting my wrist. Because when you punch something, you want your wrist to be straight. This allows for a nice straight punch in, here. And 9 out of 10 people are going to be more familiar with it because this is the regular way that you hold a knife. I mean, this right here is most of the time movie bullshit, however you want to say. So, and I mean, minimum effort here. Level of damage is just much more compared to just what I did on the last video. This is the same exact post that I used. I mean, look at the lacerations here. Look at this. So, I mean, that's obviously a lot of damage. And you also have stabs. One thing that I do like about the Karambit that also contributed to me choosing it is the ring on the bottom, which I haven't even touched on yet. Surprisingly, the ring on the bottom stops you from, when you stab something, the finger sliding into the blade too much. I mean, you have to be conscious and aware of it, but it stops it from stabbing, the impact of the stab sliding the finger into the blade. You can go a little bit quicker here. And you see, no injuries, which I'm very thankful for. Punching. So here you can actually punch things with the knuckle, which is what most teachers will tell you it's designed for. I'm going to tell you right now, you do not want to be punching with this or a majority of other brass knuckles. It's going to hurt your hands. I would argue that this is more of a protector, a last resort protector against slices here. Meaning they slice at the same time you're slicing when it's on the bottom. And as you can see, with much less resistance, much less pain, I can hit harder because I have a secure grip. Here, I cannot do that. This is about as hard as I can hit without feeling pain. Because I still feel pain. Feel it in my knuckle, right? As a matter of fact, it's getting right. So, from that evidence of actual usage, you can say this is here, side, hit, drag. And as you noticed in the last video, if you haven't checked out my video on angles, check that out. This is the same thing. Hit, cross, right? That would be, what, 9 to 3, something like that, 3 to 9. Same exact angles. Hit, drag. So it's kind of the idea there. At least in my opinion, that's how I would use it. Now, as a final point to this video, what I want to show is the range. Obviously here, you know, someone's trying to cut, you know, you can see I'm gonna have to either lean really far, open myself up, or here, you know, keep it tight so that I'm not getting cut. But the range, much different, right? Here, someone has a stick or a bat or an aluminum baseball bat or anything, broom handle. The range, much different. Here, knees, something that most people don't even think about. Knee head, knee ribs, fake here. So, just depends. So, that's something that you have to think about also as far as that. So, what that means, if you want to be effective with the Karambit, is double your hours in practice. Yes. And on top of that, what you need to do is use this for surprise attacks, I guess I would say. Use this for when they don't know you have it and you need to life or death survive and get out. That's what I would say use this for. Now, I'm also going to say don't put your hand here, put it here. That way there's no lesser chance of it coming out. I'm going to be doing more videos on the Karambit because I love this knife. I love the idea of the knife. I love the idea of the tiger claw. You know, all that stuff fascinates me. I really love that idea. So, you know, practice, become efficient, become dangerous, and like and subscribe, comment what you think, what I missed, blah blah blah. You know the drill. It's YouTube, so you know the drill. And I will see you guys in the next video.